Peace, family. Coolin with the Completist. Yes, how y'all doing today, man? We gonna talk about the great action flick that just dropped. You know what I mean? From Keanu Reeves, man. John Wick 4. Listen, just like I said in my review and on my page, and basically what I've been saying about John Wick ever since it first came out. Back in I believe like 2015, 2014, something like that. Um, and what I said, back then, was, and really all throughout the times that John Wick has been a production, man, it's been a great action film, because especially if you boil down what an action film is, especially, considering in every genre, there's like a subgenre of that genre. So it's like, okay, when you talk about things like action, there's um, sword action, there's shoot 'em up action, there's thriller action. You know, there's all different types of action, and John Wick is a shoot 'em up action. And when we talk about shoot 'em up action flicks, man, and there's been a bunch, over the years, man. Hard Boiled, Scarface, shoot 'em up, RoboCop, Dread, Judge Dredd, Rambo, man, Django, man. There's been so many different shoot 'em up films, man, with different concepts, different directions. You know what I'm saying? Of course, different minds. El Mariachi, Desperado, you know what I'm saying? Films like that. And when we talk about shoot 'em up films, this film gave us a lot more choreography, a lot more um, added added effect when it comes to a shoot 'em up film. You know what I mean? Because in reality, you run out of bullets and you have to reload, and you have to do other things to keep yourself alive. You know what I'm saying? Before you get unalived. You know what I mean? And that's one thing that I kind of appreciate Keanu Reeves for incorporating. And even still, Keanu Reeves, he said that he got his inspiration, you know what I'm saying, from the Wachowski sisters. You know what I mean? And we all know they did The Matrix, and he was the main character in The Matrix. So that makes a lot of sense, especially considering that is his biggest film ever. Um, he said that he took a lot of inspiration from that. And if you've seen The Matrix, you know what I mean, you can understand the effort that they put into making those productions, from gun use to martial arts to sword play. You know what I'm saying? And they had some aviation. You know what I'm saying, in The Matrix too. A lot of action. The Matrix, John Wick 4 and just the John Wick movies in general. Um, they also, him and the director the director of John Wick, is, I'm trying to remember his name, is Chad Stahelski. Both of them, ever since they made the first John Wick film, I tried to show everybody the progression that the saga has taken after each installment. And that's what I can appreciate from Keanu Reeves, because not only did he want to create his own production, you know what I mean, with his own idea, creation and things of that nature, he wanted to keep on making it better, because he knew that there was, flaws in each film. And there's something great about each film as well. You know what I'm saying? Something that you can take away from each film, that one film doesn't have necessarily, or just has more of. And John Wick 4 had a great cast, had great cinematography. The film's budget was $100 million. And after a week, it's made over 150. So, it should make a good, it should make a good little come up by, let's say, the end of the year. But I don't know, man. A lot of movies, have been making budgets, you know what I'm saying, and not really making that much more, except for things like Avatar, and that came up. They came up heavy. But either way, I respect Keanu Reeves, man, because he definitely listened. You can tell that he did this for his fans. He listened to the criticism. He took heed to criticism, and he brought us something better each time. And that is my order and my ranking of the films. Literally 4, 3, 2, 1. John Wick 4 is the best of the saga, which it should be. Because when you come up with a saga, each film should be better than the last. And each one is entertaining as hell. Replay value to the roof, with the incorporation of people like Donnie Yen. I forgot her name, but she is a megastar in Japan. Rina Sawayama. She's a superstar. She's a singer in Japan. And it's great for her introduction as well, because they going to end up branching off and creating a little spinoff for her. And she did all her stunts. She wanted to do all of her stunts. She asked the director, she asked the team. She did not want to have no stunt double for her. She did each and every one of her stunts. Very impressive. And that's really for everybody. And I said this in my review as well. Majority of the actors in this film did majority of their stunts, except for the ones where you would think to yourself, like, damn, he would be damn near dead or he'll be fucked up. They didn't do those, of course. But the ones where a lot of the choreography, a lot of the fighting, a lot of the, reactions to getting hit and things like that, majority of the actors did themselves. And I definitely respect that. And I was talking to my friend a few days ago, because I was watching John Wick 2. And I wanted Common to come back, man. Like, I feel like Common did a great job in John Wick 2. And it kind of confirmed for me, because you don't know at the end of that film whether or not he dies or if he lives. But it kind of confirmed for me, because 2 movies came by and he didn't come back. So you just got to assume that his character died. Either way, the films have been great, man. The king of what is the hold on, the king of Jordan, you know what I'm saying, lent Chad Stahelski a helicopter to get an aerial shot of the desert for the movie, and for the first act of the film. You know what I mean? And that's kind of crazy that he has fans of this film all over the world, man, to the point that he getting help, for his productions. You know what I mean? And you can see a lot of the stuff that I've said. He said a lot of these in interviews. You know what I mean? But and he also, him and the director, they give a lot of praise and a lot of positive, a lot of positivity to the stunt team, man, because they just were just impressed, by the audacity of the stunt team. The stunt team, anything they really like idealized and tried to like create for the film, the stunt team basically was all for it and was trying to do it. And that's the type of effort, that you get that creates masterpieces, man, because movies, especially now, man, everything's based on realism. Especially when you have things like action films, martial arts films. Nobody want to see no choreography where you acting like you getting punched. This ain't WWE, you know what I'm saying? There's effects and things like that. But you got to make it look real. It has to look real. If it doesn't look real, it is not going to be compelling, even to a child. The children are going to be looking at it like, okay, this is funny. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like, ooh, 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 you know what I'm saying? Like this real, you know what I mean? Keanu Reeves, John Wick the story as well. It 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 kind of comes full circle in a way, because the story started because of the love for his wife. They start the story off for us when my man is retired. You know what I mean? He's not in the business no more. His wife just passed away from cancer. You know what I'm saying? She gives her last will and testament and a gift to her husband. You know what I'm saying? And a bunch of bullshit transpire for greed and just a unfortunate event. You know what I'm saying? For some evil idiots. And it ends up changing his life forever, man. He ends up getting back into the business and you know, making critical sacrifices and critical decisions still for the love of his wife in a way. You know what I'm saying? And trying to survive as well, because if he knew or felt that he was at fault for any of this bullshit, do you think that he would be fighting so hard to be trying to stay alive? You feel what I'm saying? Like, everything that he has went through, every obstacle he's went through in each one of these films have been because of orchestration, greed, or some type of bullshit outside of him. You know what I mean? That's just kind of use him as an outlet for their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's not your average shoot 'em up film, because it actually has, like, it has a lot of meaning. You feel me? A lot of meaning behind it. Especially when you're talking about a character that's a part of an assassin organization, a creed, that is basically so embedded inside of the world and this world that he is giving us a visual scope of, that it's everywhere, anywhere you go. All you have to do, it's kind of like, it's damn near like Fight Club. Anywhere you go, all you got to do is show your gold piece, man, and there's somebody in that bitch that's connected and gonna hook you up. You know what I'm saying? And I just love the detail, man. The supporting actors, man. You know, um, the supporting actors just did a great job in each film. And I try to tell people as well. Um, I try to tell people as well, man. Like, the first film is the worst, but it was still a great idea, great concept, and a great film. You know what I'm saying? Especially for when it came out, I was amazed. I was like, man, this man is doing crazy ass shit. And then he had his little injuries or whatever. You can tell in John Wick 4 that he done kind of healed from him a little bit. He moving a little better, moving smoother. Man, I respect Keanu, man, especially in all the years that he's given us film and action and things of that nature. Starting off in not starting off in comedy, but starting off in comedic films, I should say. And he done dabbed a little bit. He done jumped in and out. You know what I mean? Because he was in the Dracula movie as well, and that was a more serious tone film too when he was younger. But you know what I mean? He's very he's. I'm not gonna say he's versatile, because he done gave us different types of acting roles. He's giving us different type of acting roles. John Wick 4, you can tell the character, a lot of people are going to say that he couldn't act or he was whack in John Wick 4. I've seen it a lot, saying that his acting performance is not good when it comes outside of the action for John Wick. And I tell him, like, you have to understand that this is the character that he's portraying. John Wick, the character, isn't somebody that is somebody that's just going to converse. You know what I'm saying? He's not with small talk. He's not good with communication. He's good at one thing, and that's getting his job done. You know what I'm saying? Killing. That is his job. That's why he does little talking. I really can see why. I see that they did that on purpose. I can tell, perfectly. You know what I mean? Because that's a character that they wanted to give off. R.I.P. to Lance Reddick. He was Sharon, in the movies, man. The concierge to the Continental, and he He did a great job, man. He gave us a good supporting role. He was great in John Wick 3. He's just a character. The movies just give us a lot of characters, man. And then gave us Lawrence Fishburne, who is a legend. He had been in 3 of them. He done John Wick done definitely gave a lot of love, showed a lot of love to the Russian community in these films because John Wick is a Russian character. But either way, it's a great film, man. I gave it a 4.3 out of 5 or 4.5 out of 5. One of the two, I don't really remember. But either way, it was almost 5. It was damn near a perfect action film. Action from the beginning until the end, from the 2-minute mark until the 2 hour and 45-minute mark. There was nothing but action, nothing but great choreography, nothing but great visuals, camera angles. The addition to multiple weaponry and multiple martial arts. My one man, I forgot his name, but Scott Adkins was in the film. The man that was in Undisputed, I forgot his name, but he did a great job in the film as well. He was he has a menacing look, you feel me? And he's great at martial arts, and he's good at showcasing it on film and doing the stunts as well. The movie had a lot of great stuntmen, you know what I mean? Had some great martial artists. Had my man, I forgot his name too. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna post their names on the edit. But my man Scorpion was in the movie, man. It's a lot of people, bro, that Keanu and Chad Stahelski, incorporated into the film that made it such a blockbuster, man. And like I said before on my show, don't get caught up in how much money these films make. That really don't matter. We have classic, beautiful films in history, what I'm saying? Some of the best in history that did not make a lot of money in the box office. Really too much to count. Too many to count. So don't be caught up in that. But go check it out, man. Watch the whole series. Shit. This is this is a saga, you know what I mean, that you can watch a marathon with the family. You can watch a marathon to yourself. It's a marathon tier film series, you know what I'm saying? I don't really have no more to say. Keanu Reeves gave us another masterpiece of a saga, man. Gave us Matrix, gave us John Wick, and now he giving us Constantine too. And it's only right because Constantine 1 is a classic. One of the DC's best films, you know what I'm saying? Even though they changed the character drastically from the comics, but I don't care. Sometimes that gotta happen. Sometimes rights and stuff is a good thing, but you know how I feel about it. Sometimes it annoys me, but it's a good thing sometimes. And I can't wait for the next installment of Constantine. But go check out John Wick 4, man. This is the Completist, man. You already know. I'm glad that y'all tuned in. Glad that y'all listened to my show, man. It's just I'm all about action. I'm all about action. I'm all about martial arts. This is one of the best action films that has came out in the Western Hemisphere in a long time. A long time. I haven't been this excited or entertained by an action film, like a straight action film, in a long time. Unless it's an Asian or Asian martial arts movie or something like that, because they never miss. But either way, this is the Completist, man. I'm out. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to love yourself and love your family. Don't stress about the shit you can't control. And tune in, press that like and follow button. Peace, y'all.